back with another video. This one's going to be more of a, I'm trying to keep sure my nose is clean, because a lot of people watch my YouTube videos, and let's be honest, you don't want no boogers in your nose, and you're on camera, and you're out in front of millions and millions and millions of people. They're going to be like, man, clean your nose, man. Like, clean your nose before you come on camera. And sometimes you may think you clean your nose, and then sometimes you watch the actual video and you be like, man, I thought I cleaned my nose. Like, what's going on here? And sometimes I have to get a washcloth and, I don't want to say harshly put it in my nose, but kind of put it in there and make sure there ain't no boogers. Because sometimes these paper towels, they're not as strong and powerful to get it, to clean properly. And it's warm and hot out here, so it's like, man, when's the heat gonna hurry up and go away? Like, it was cold as hell yesterday, but today it still feel like summer. I know some of y'all like, yeah, man, you right. It still feel like summer. Like, what's going on, man? It's October. Summer heat should be gone. It's always does this in the first 2 weeks of October. It be hot as hell, and then it ain't until November that it's cold, and you be like, man. But anyway, point now, here we go. This one's going to be called Sex Game. Does chocolate candy make women hot for you? Now, this is a YouTube video that I wanted to make for a long, long time in the sex dating game. A lot of men believe that when they buy candy, that this somehow will make women find them physically, sexually attractive. You got a lot of black men and white men that think this is going to make black women, white women, and some Latino women find them physically, sexually attractive. I have a friend who's a YouTuber himself by the name of Zach Deloney, who's working today, and he was under the impression that he had heard somebody in the past say that if you just get some chocolate candy, a lot of the black women and white women will just go mad crazy for you if you get some candy. Usually when it gets around the holidays, a lot of people be buying candy thinking that's supposed to help you get the phone number or the email address or the girl's Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. And some guys think that might score them 15, 20 points or 50 to 100 points or whatever it is that they think 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And they think that might lead to lunch and dinner. They might think that might lead to taking her out on a date. Well, to get the answer to the question is to ask the question. See, candy is supposed to be like a nice way of being endearing. When I was in high school, a lot of the guys would try to use candy as a way to tell if a girl likes you or don't like you. Like, if the girl took the candy, they would naturally assume 99.99% that the woman find you physically, sexually attractive. The woman refused to give you to take the candy, or even worse, give the candy to someone else because she didn't want the candy. Like it works in the sense that if a girl say, I'm allergic to chocolate, but I can't eat the candy, sorry, no thank you, thanks for the gesture. It goes into the same category on don't buy women gifts. I did make a YouTube video about almost a year and a half ago called Sex Game or Sex Talk, Don't Buy Women Gifts. It kind of goes almost in the same category. Like, if it's the woman's birthday, or if it's Valentine's Day, or if it's Christmas, she's probably not going to take the candy, even if it's Christmas, because it's going to come off as an insult, because she thinks that you're trying to use this as an attempt to make her find you physically, sexually attractive. And if she never liked you in the first place when you were in high school and college, then 99.99% she ain't gonna like you 10, 15, 20 years later, or extreme cases 25 to 30 years later. There'd be a lot of guys trying to use the candy angle when holidays come up, because they figure, well, it's Christmas, she has to at least say yes, or it's Valentine's Day, or if it's her birthday, she has to say yes. Yes, girls love chocolate candy. That is a fact. 99.99% women do love chocolate candy. They love Snickers. They love Hershey's. Those are the most two icon candies: Snickers and Hershey's chocolate bar. But here's where it could backfire. Only a Brad, a Tyrone, or a Chad can use this and get away with it. You know those toy teddy bears? Yeah, a lot of the guys be thinking if I just buy a toy teddy bear because it's the world's greatest toy for a girl, Chad can go into a toy store and buy a big giant blue or red or black or white teddy bear, and the girl will take it because it's Chad buying the teddy bear. You buy the teddy bear, and she'll look at you like something's wrong with you and go, what kind of sick game are you playing? What kind of joke are you playing? This kind of goes into the category of the bad boy and the player slash alpha male logic way of thinking. There's a math and science to this. If you're not Tyrone, you're not Chad, or you're not Brad, you buying a toy teddy bear is not going to help you. You buying chocolate candy, it may make her see you as a friend, and you might end up in the friend zone. Now, there are times where a girl might go, okay, normally I don't eat candy, but you got me in the mood, and some people think maybe I should use this candy for sex. Now, I don't know how true that is because I've never experienced it, and I don't know any friends that have ever experienced it. It might have been maybe one or two guys in college who have tried it and had great success. But that was like maybe 8 years ago when two guys tried it and had some success. Usually when girls eat the candy, they just eat the candy. It doesn't really make them take out your phone number or their email address and say, let's go out to lunch and dinner. You got to do a way lot more than that to make that work. So I thought I would make a YouTube video about it because every now and then Dr. Zachary would talk about it. And I told Zach, I'm going to one day make a video about candy. But I told myself I just can't make a video about candy. I have to kind of think long and hard on how I could make this video work. Because when you turn stuff into a video, you just can't turn stuff into a video because you're a YouTuber. It has to grab people's interest. People have to sit down and get behind the idea of you making this into a video and can see the logic, the intelligence, the positive in the video. Otherwise, you're just going to see negativity and look at the video as you're just doing it for clickbait, views, and subscribers, and you're not really explaining nothing in the video. It happens to a lot of YouTubers. So I thought I would try to explain that if you're Brad or Chad or Tyrone or a Chad Light, you can buy a giant teddy bear. Doesn't matter if it's a blue teddy bear, red, black, or white teddy bear. If you're not Chad or Chad Light, if you're not a Brad or a Tyrone, you buying a teddy bear won't work. A lot of guys will buy the teddy bear and then go into a candy store and buy either a Snickers or a Hershey's chocolate candy bar that they know for a fact will really get her hot for him. And that works for those guys. So if you're physically sexually attractive, oh yeah, you can buy candy and she'll go nuts. But that doesn't mean it's going to help you, because a lot of guys might try this in high school and college. Some guys might try this at work, and you might find yourself in the H&R's office. Because even though you have good intentions, if the woman doesn't see it the way you see it, then it's pointless. Now, it does make women go, yeah, I can't believe Brad bought Sneakers, or Brad bought me a Hershey's chocolate candy bar. Like, the girl will be like, it's a surprise. Like, the girl will be blown away by that. Like, Halloween, most guys will get Halloween candy, and that might be the only time she might not look at it in a negative light. But if it's Valentine's Day, she might just think you're just being friendly. So them two holidays you probably could get away with. But when you try that on her birthday, or your birthday, she might let it slide. Christmas, she might start wondering why you're giving me more candy than I deserve. And then some women don't want the extra attention. And then you find yourself in the H&R's office because she think you're trying to use that as a way to get her phone number and take her out to lunch and dinner. But you get upset because you see Brad do it, and Brad doesn't get called into the H&R's office. You see Chad or Tyrone do it, or a Chad Light do it, and they never get brought into the H&R's office. They never have to worry about no police officer or no security guard coming up to them. And that makes you feel some type of way. Like, why is it okay for these guys to do it? The bad boy or the player or the alpha male can do it, but when I do it 99.9% accurately, it don't work. Now, they do have movies and television shows where they have candy and they have fruit and wine and champagne, and the guy figures out how to get the girl to, validate and give him a pass. And I am going to make a YouTube video about the best wines and the best champagnes on my newer YouTube channels. But what I'm trying to say in this YouTube video is that some guys, they misconstrued that, because when they see it in the movies and the television shows, they try to copy and imitate it and hope that it goes somewhere. And if you're not Brad, if you're not Chad or Tyrone, if you're not a Chad Light, 90 to 95% of the time it is not going to work. You got to be physically sexually attractive. The woman has to find you physically sexually attractive. She has to be able to sit down and picture it. And if she can't picture it and she can't feel it, it don't work. Then it's just you forcing it to make it work. And then you get mad when you see a bad boy or a player or an alpha male, or you see a basketball or a football player do it, and she think it's the special thing in the world. And then when you do it, it comes off borderline weird and creepy. And then when you run into the girl 10 years later or 15 years later or 20 years later, all of a sudden she go, oh, I remember when you bought me that candy back in high school or in college. By then you're mad because it didn't get you her phone number. It didn't get you to take her out to lunch and dinner. You didn't get exactly what you thought you were going to get. She might remember the candy, but the reason why I'm making the video is because some guys might try candy. Now, if you're going to try some candy, usually gummy bears would help you. Gummy bears will work to a certain extent. There are some girls that go nuts for gummy bears. Usually you take the gummy bears and you put it in the ice cream. You get creative with the ice cream. I'm going to make a video tomorrow because I'm outside filming this and it's hot. I'm going to make a video about ice cream. My favorite ice creams, which y'all will be able to relate to that a lot more than this. If you're going to try to use candy, the best type of candy would probably be, I would say, See's chocolate candy, but then usually a lot of guys do that, and it'd be a lot of older people that are into See's candy. And a lot of you guys don't want no older woman a lot of times. You'd be like, ugh. So if you're using See's chocolate candy, you'll be able to get older women all day, every day. If you use See's chocolate candy, you can get the black women and the white women that be in their 40s, mid-50s, early 60s. If you want to impress them, you just use See's chocolate candy. But if you're trying to get the women that are from the age of 18 to 29 that you find physically sexually attractive, then you're going to have to use Snickers chocolate candy bar, Snickers, Hershey's, gummy bears, and then I think there's one more candy that I haven't named off. I think Reese's Buttercup you probably could use to your advantage. And if that works, great, fantastic. The reason why I'm making the video is because I don't want no one to come to my comment section and say, man, I tried all these candies, man, and they ain't working for me. They ain't giving me no play. Because I'm trying to tell you, you got to be careful when you see stuff in movies and television shows. And then sometimes you might try this on a hot chick, and then a girl might pull a prank on you just because you tried it, and guess what happens? You might get some woman 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds overweight that loves that type of candy, and guess what happens? You be scratching your head like, I wasn't trying to, get them type of women. I mean, now if you're a chubby chaser, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're not a chubby chaser, then you got to be careful because these don't always go as according to plan. You be planning some stuff, and then they blow up in your face, and you be wondering why this didn't work. But for the most part, yes, candy does work. Now, if you buy that cheap 99 cents candy, that